See me, yeah. I take in series more when I'm in a relationship.
Yeah.
Because you sit down with your girl. And when I'm single, I don't do series as much, bro. I just watch like YouTube. I watch short form content because I'm on my phone a lot. So I need to watch content.
You're more busy. You're not sitting around so much.
Do you get it?
I know. Yeah.
When I'm in a relationship, all the girls I'm with just want to sit down and do
Watch
the Netflix and chill.
Yeah. I watch more stuff when I watch more stuff in what do you call it? Lockdown. But I would never have finished Ozark if lockdown didn't happen. I'd never have finished it.
Yeah, I can't get past like episode 4.
Yeah, I would never have finished it.
Is it a slow burner?
That's that one. It is a slow burner. But let me tell you
if that
something.
one's on, you can move on.
It's so what, like once you get past that, it's so sick. But the problem with me is I never get like in normal life.
Brody.
Love. In normal life,
Love my guy.
Hey, my DB singles are right now.
I swear.
Yeah.
Okay, so no more.
it's good. It's actually good.
Alright, cool.
Cool.
Love.
In normal life, bro, I would not get. If you say to me, Chucks, we're in. If you tell me, Chucks, I need you to watch so and so, but it starts off slow.
You're never gonna watch it.
You've lost me.
Yeah.
Like I might start it, but then once it's like it is doing the slow thing, I just can't do it. But lockdown, I stuck with stuff.
Yeah.
So I stuck with Ozark, and I got past that bit because I had no choice.
Yeah.
But once I got past it, sensational.
Okay, so you've given me inspiration to revisit it, basically.
See that? That's really good.
But do you know what it is?
Snowfall, it's real.
I usually wait as well for when I'm sick. Like when I had COVID a month ago, whenever it was.
Yeah.
That's when I started taking in series as well. I've always used like being sick and
Oh, yeah, of
indoors because
course.
I'm a bit of a busybody, Chuckie.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? I like to socialize and be out there a lot and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
you're there. Yeah.
You know I love this stuff, Chuckie. I'm hanging right now.
I love that though.
I'm hanging
No,
right
I love
now
that.
from Conan's
Part.
thing.
I was gonna ask you about that, but before we even do that,
Yeah.
because I don't do that so much anymore. But I'm still happy when I see, like, I look at there's like a few people's Insta stories that I always look at. Yeah. I can't lie, I got bare you lot on mute. I got bare people
Me
on
too.
mute.
It's mad.
But like I'm always watching your thing in that, yeah. No, and like when I see when I see you lot out or whatever, and I'm seeing like, especially with all the artists and whatever, like ultimately I'm really happy, bro.
Love that.
Like I love it. And sometimes like I sit here and I'm like super critical on people's projects or moves that they make or whatever, yeah. But bro, I'm like, fucking look at what's going on right now, bro. The other day, I was watching clips from Reading and Leeds, yeah.
Festival, yeah.
And I'm like, I see AJ Tracy on the main stage, right? And obviously he's doing what he's doing. Then I see H walking out, and it's just mad. Yeah. Everyone's just going crazy. Yeah. I'm seeing flipping H on the main stage, and then he brings out RD, and everyone's going absolutely crazy. Yeah. But then I see like Stormzy on the main stage, yeah, and he brings out Dave.
Everyone, bro.
Bro, he brought out Dave, and it was almost like he brought out Drake. You know that? It was that there was a
mad.
whole. Listen, the reception was a whole next thing. It was almost like an artist that has not been, like, they weren't expecting to be in the country. You know, like that type of thing. Yeah. Like, you're not expecting that person to be in the country. To me, bro, I still haven't normalized those things because I was there when it wasn't that at all. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you're looking at these festivals now, yeah, and some of the main acts that everyone's excited for are from here. And then you go to the after parties and all the man them's there, just there, like on a vibe with the. You understand what I'm saying? It's sick, bro.
Do you know what it is? See Santan, yeah, he's special, man. So I'm not even surprised he gets that reaction. And what did he move, like 73,000 copies in the UK?
Mad.
Like, that's unheard of for someone from our culture. So when he gets that reception, I'm not surprised. And you got to remember, he's put in little things that have made it so he can do that as well. Like when he did, what festival was it where he brought up Alex?
Glastonbury,
yeah.
What year was that?
That was Glastonbury. That was
19.
Yeah,
19. So that was like a moment, a viral moment. So now it's like he's become that guy you expect at festivals to not necessarily do something like that, but just have an impact.
Yeah,
do you get what I'm saying? Because he's put things in place. So yeah, when I see people like, he's headlining Park Live.
Yeah, I know.
On the Saturday.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But the people below him on the bill are arguably bigger artists, and they've made him headline. I feel like Young Thug's on that bill, some big artists, and I'm like, yeah,
have you seen his tour dates announced?
Yeah, he's doing the O2.
Yeah, he's
Arena.
He's doing O2
Yeah.
Arena.
Yeah, he can do it. Do you
That's
know what's
not
crazy?
surprising. He can do
See
it.
me, you know me. You know I love like old school rap. You know, like I love the new school stuff, but I also love the old stuff. Like, you know, the snips bag, as we like to call it, hip hop. Like, I'll go in my 90s bag. And sometimes I'll watch them argue about like album of the year, but American Twitter.
Yeah.
So they'll be talking about like whatever it happens to be. Yeah. Dave's name has been coming up, bro. I've been watching it on the timeline. Americans are putting Dave's album, We're All Alone in This Together, in the conversations with like Cole, Nas, Tyler the Creator for album of the year, bro. Americans are doing this, and I'm just like, he's killing it. Like,
his world tour dates are gonna be nuts. Like I've noticed as well that like there's been a progression with that in terms of capacity. Like when they first were doing like America, they was doing really small venues.
I remember that.
And I think originally it was him and AJ Tracy. They were both doing them together. And then he did it on his own, and he did slightly bigger venues. Yeah. I think this time around now,
Should be.
yeah, it will be a lot bigger, and that's nuts. Like that's
crazy.
That's crazy. It's crazy to me, bro. Even the O2 Arena stuff, by the way, quickly, because obviously it's not just Dave that's done that. Boy Better Know's done it. Stormzy was doing it. I think he had like 3 dates or 2 dates or something like that.
N-Dubs did it.
N-Dubs did
Back
it.
in the day. Remember when
Tiny
Daffy
did
said
it.
that? Tiny definitely did it.
Tiny did it. Remember when Tiny did that? That was a massive moment. Yeah. So there's been that, yeah, but it's like at one point it was like really you're just expecting. It's just a Jay-Z, Kanye, like those type of names are doing O2.
Let's be real though, Chuckie. Certain man are not doing the O2 though.
Oh, of
They're
course
closing the top row with the curtain.
I didn't want to say names, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
No, I'm not saying any of these man did that. I'm saying some man do that.
Yeah.
I've been at the O2 and they're like, it's sold out. I get there, I look up, there's a black curtain
Yeah,
around
yeah,
the top
yeah.
row. And they didn't do the full 20k or whatever it is. Like, that black curtain comes out quick.
Quick, yeah.
Quick,
it's
bro.
it's different.
You'd be like, oh, what? Is there only 2 floors?
There will be, I'll tell you what will happen though. There will be artists who get overly excited about what's going on. Agents that get overly excited about what's going on. Book the O2, put it on sale, and take that right off. And then mention COVID and all of this type of stuff when you see only like 1,000 being sold or 2,000 being sold or whatever. Because obviously...
Even just 5k being sold is not enough for the O2, bro.
Right. Do you understand what I'm
That's
saying?
just the floor.
Another thing, artists, if you're going to do the O2 Arena, don't just come out there with a black curtain.
Right, I beg you,
I want you,
bro.
if you're doing the O2 Arena, there has to be production.
Right.
Because Kanye, for me, and I never went to it. All I saw, I lived vicariously through my friends' like phones and videos and footage.
Yeah.
And when he did the Glow in the Dark tour, I think it was 08, 09. Did you hear about it? Or did you not go to that?
I didn't go to that.
You heard about it?
I saw it.
Apparently, that was just a game changer. Yeah. And then obviously we saw Watch Throne a couple years later and all these different things. And it's like, certain man, Drake have learned from that, Travis Scott, they put money into their... I'm not saying you got to spend M's like they do, but give us something.
No,
like,
you have to.
Even Burna Boy the other day, I see he had like a flying saucer come down or something in it, and he did something, like, and he came out. Like, do something like that. Make something happen. Future's one of my goats, personally. When I saw him at O2, I was so disappointed. It was him, a DJ, a black curtain, and like 4 dancers, female dancers. And he was like...
That's laziness.
It's not even just laziness. It's trying to hit a lick. It's a finesse. Because they don't want to spend the money on production. So it's like, all right, we do the tickets, get that, and bounce. We ain't paid for no production. Like, we're taking all the money.
I accept that some artists don't want to put effort into production at festivals because they're being booked. Even though that does still piss me off. But at your own headline show, that's outrageous.
In an arena, that's disrespectful. I'm sorry, it's disrespectful to your fans. And if you're an artist, that's the thing, we throw the word artist around. Some people are just rappers.
Right.
Some people are whatever they happen to be. But if you're an artist, then you got to push the boundaries. So like even Dave, I don't know what he's got planned.
I know his production will be good though.
But I know him and Benny
based on his
don't play.
Brits and Academy show.
And there will be a piano.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what the Brit was in the O2. Bring that piano
100%.
back up. Because when he did Black and the screen was on the piano, I get chills watching that. I still watch that from time to time.
Yeah.
Talking of that quickly, I missed fucking the WizKid tickets again. Bro.
You're not Starboy FC.
Right, let me tell you something. The first one, like, I'll be honest, I was on the flipping Slack thing. I knew that the tickets were coming out at 10 or whatever. Yeah. I thought, you know what? Fucking, I'll just go on the thing at like 1 o'clock or whatever and I'll just get tickets in it. Because I thought, they'll sell out. But they'll sell out in a day or 2 days or whatever. Yeah. Tried to buy the tickets and that realised they sold in like 15 minutes. I said, what?
But why was that, Chuckie? Are you not gonna give JB his credit now or nah? What, he's not gonna get...
Don't do that.
Hold on, wait,
Don't do that.
Pause.
Don't do that.
No, but
even I disagree with
Hold
that.
on, let me land though. You don't do this. Just let me land quickly, please. Let me land. That's what I'm saying, Chuckie. He would have did it anyway. But I'm talking about the speed in which you said.
Nah,
what you talking
not,
about?
not here.
Stop.
You don't think there's no correct? No.
Stop. Do you actually really believe?
How many dates he got?
Huh?
How many dates
He's got 3 dates. Do you wait? I'm just gonna ask you a question, and I want a yes or no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you believe that the speed in which these tickets sold at had Justin Bieber had an influence on them?
No.
All right. So
I don't.
Right.
Hold on. Hold on. No, because we're unpacking. Like we got to look at the different angles on this. Like, did he have an effect? That's the question I'm asking.
In America, he did.
Yes, I agree with that.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Normally in this country, yeah, this is a white country. When someone does O2 multiple dates, it's because they have a bit of a white audience as well. It's very hard to do 3 dates at the O2 Arena with just a black fan base. I'm telling you, bro, there's just not enough people to do that. When I go to a Drake concert and he does like 5 dates at the O2, it's 90% white people from Essex or whatever. Now, I know WizKid's music is thoroughly Afrobeats, black music, but still, I personally think to do 3 dates at the O2 Arena, you got to see a few white people there, and we'll see when we go there. And that's what you just said. Did you say that? 3 at the O2?
Yeah, he's done 3 dates.
Fucking hell.
He did 2 today. You're right. That has nothing to do with Justin Bieber, though.
Oh, so you think the white people just tapped in anyway?
Listen, I feel like that album there was such a phenomenal album, and the song being such a big song anyway, that he's destined to do this.
The
bro.
casual Britain has not listened.
And on top of that, the tickets were like
Made in Lagos.
1 second. Also, the tickets were like £35 in the O2 Arena. That was a conversation too. Remember, Burna Boys was like starting from like 70 or whatever. He did have a little dig about people that were talking about that or whatever. But right now, it's the Starboy time. Also as well, concerts are coming back. So there's an extra excitement to that too. The fact of being able to go to live
You're saying
shows.
me, JB didn't sell no tickets?
No.
None.
Not in this country. Not one.
None.
Wow.
None.
Not one.
In America, you can have a different type of conversation.
No, but I don't
here,
Hey, listen to me. I don't want this to be framed.
You don't believe it. I don't believe you believe what you're saying.
But I just told you I don't believe that.
Then what are you doing?
We're having a discussion about it, Chuckie. I'm trying to say because we don't actually have the facts. We don't know what sold the tickets and don't. So all I'm saying is the Essence remix came out recently. It helped it chart higher than it's ever charted. It made the baby go out of pocket, which he should never have done, and jump on it. Which, by the way, has made Justin Bieber's verse look even better. Because that's just, I don't know what
to be fair, I'm going to be honest, Raekwon jumped on it and it sounded alright.
Nah, see, what? Wu-Tang?
But let me tell you something. You see with
these man need to leave
you see
that
with them,
alone.
man, but see with that, I don't think he jumped on it as like as a remix. You know what hip-hop's like? If you go to the radio station and the man throws on an instrumental, you're going to rap on it.
No, I'm against this.
But also, you know, mixtapes and that as well. Mixtapes, if you come from the mixtape era, yeah, you're listening to, you know, Green Lantern's mixtape or whoever's, or even DJ Drama. They might be hosting a particular artist. There's gonna be freestyles on there from popular tunes.
That's cool on a rap beat,
so that's
bro.
fine.
Not Afro.
Nah, I can do that still.
No,
they did it on R&B.
You're backwards.
Them man here used to do that on R&B rhythms back in the day. What are you talking about?
They did, but still, you're going backwards to me because you're saying it's cool for man to just yak the beat without Wiz and Thames permission and do their thing.
Yes.
And I'm saying it's cooler for them to bless Justin Bieber because it's their song and put him on.
Because it's a different sport. The reason why
it's because the other man are black.
No, I promise you.
White pop back.
Bro, I promise you. If Justin Bieber was a rapper, if that was his thing, okay, let me use a different rapper then. Let me use fucking who's a credible.
I don't want to hear Raekwon on it. I don't want to hear the baby on
who's
it. I
a
don't want to hear
credible.
none of you, man.
I don't want to hear no one on it. To be
I'll
honest,
take Drake on it though.
Right.
After we didn't Come Closer, I'll take him because they've worked together before and it was magic. Come Closer.
Even though Drake is a different type of rapper, yeah. This is different. I don't even know if I can use Drake on it because Drake's always was gonna do that as an official remix as opposed to it being a freestyle.
Yeah, he's not.
But if he did do that, I would have no problems with that whatsoever. If he just
did a little, he's gonna deliver.
Right. That's what it's about. It's not me looking at. It's not me looking at a colour thing, but with the official remix, with that being the official remix, I'm like, there don't need to be one. Leave that. Yeah. Of course, from a money perspective, we've had this conversation already. yes, in America, it's been the most streamed and all. I don't really care about all of that type of stuff. I just care about integrity and how good it is and all of these type of things. I don't care about that. But I'll leave that for the management or whatnot.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm just saying, just leave it alone. I would rather not the freestyles. I'd rather not them.
I hear you.
But when I heard Raekwon on it, he is my guy. I like Wu-Tang.
Raekwon's
So I'm
that
like,
guy.
alright. You understand what I'm saying? But in regards to selling tickets here, nah. Wiz
you know what?
Wiz was always doing it.
Starboy FC
And
don't,
on top
Starboy
of that,
FC don't come for me. Okay, I know Wiz can do
Of
his
course.
thing.
And also, just to be clear as well, the first show that sold out, that was before the remix as well, you know. And that sold out in, what was it, like 13 minutes?
Yeah, we could do
Yeah, it
one
was
show. One
it
show's
was
light, bro.
13, and then came back and then sold again in a couple of minutes. And then announced again today,
Yeah.
and then it sold out again.
Listen, on that day I'm Nigerian. That's what I've already said.
Have you got tickets?
Oh, no, I'm sorting it.
That's what I'm going to have to do.
I'm sorting it. I'm sorting it.
I didn't want to have to
So
do
we'll
that.
chat. We'll chat. I got a Live Nation plug. We'll chat.
Oh, no, yeah, of course. I would just see my guy manages thing and
We'll chat.
that's what I'm
You
saying.
know what I'm saying? We'll chat. There's a Live Nation plug. We'll
I'll
chat.
get in. Like, it's not a problem still, but I just wanted
know
to
you
just
will
buy
anyway.
I just wanted to buy a ticket so
You want
that
to put
it
your
was
mind at
not-
rest.
Huh?
You want to just put your mind at rest knowing it's sorted.
I just want to know I'm in.
There you go.
100 million%.
You're in.
Right now, it's like, I'm in 95% in it, but I wanted the 100 million% I'm in.
I'm telling you, you're in. You're going.
It's only COVID.
3
that
dates.
stopped
He's
me.
going. Why is he doing this? He's going. I know I'm going to see his story and he's there anyway. Vibes in.
Hey, I love days like today. Before we even start, yeah, I don't want to intertwine the two projects. Yeah.
Facts.
I
Do you
just
want-
want
what
to
projects?
discuss
Do you wanna
one.
clarify for
I
the
want to
slow
discuss
people?
one, and then I'm going to split it, talk about something else, and we're going to discuss the next thing, which it goes against the second project that we're going to discuss today. In terms of timing, goes against what I would usually do. But I cannot not. I can't be here and not just talk about it.
It's literally dropped at the time of recording.
It dropped. It dropped earlier on this. It dropped this morning. And I know you was up listening to that shit.
I got in at 7 a.m. It was out and I chucked it on. But do you know what's so mad? See, when you're not coherent type of drunk and you're trying to listen to music, it's weird. When you're drunk, you're taking in you're taking music in a different way, but you're not really paying attention to the lyrics though. It's more the vibe and the production that's hitting me really well. But the lyrics I wasn't taking in, and then I woke up again, obviously hours later, and I started to do it a bit more.
We'll get into that. But anyway, Kanye finally dropped. Wait, let me get. 1 second.
Say man like Jesus. You know, in Kanye's head, he genuinely believes he's Jesus, innit?
You think so?
What? He genuinely
He thinks he's the chosen one.
believes
That kid's on crack.
he is Jesus. He called himself Jesus.
Yeah.
And his followers are his disciples, his apocalypse. Like, they will follow him to the ends of the earth. And he's proven this time and time again by all the mad shit he does and gets a pass on. He's the only one that can do the controversial things he does to that extent. And people still come back, like, obsessed. When is it dropping? When's his merch dropping? Like, I don't see no one else do it
Doing
like
that.
that.
That's for real.
Like, he wants to be Jesus here, bro. I'm telling you.
Do you feel? Because I remember, when Jesus came and that, part of conversation that people was having was like him appropriating religion. But like, all of these years later, he's still doing it. Is that still valid? Is that still a thing?
Do you know why?
If he genuinely believes it as well, say like what you're saying is true. Let's say he genuinely really believes that,
Yeah.
and he's living a certain type of way in which sort of almost aligns with that. Can he still be appropriating it?
No, so see, when people said appropriating Jesus, it's a bit of a deep take, but see, when people were saying he was appropriating Jesus, I never understood that, because all I felt he was doing is learning from the guys before him. So Jay-Z calls himself Hove,
Right.
Jehovah. He calls himself the God MC. Nas calls himself Godson,
Fact.
the God MC. Or we saw in the Hate Me Now video, he was on the cross, like Jesus.
Yeah.
Drake calls himself the sixth God.
Yeah.
So Kanye and Drake are just learning from the man before. Do you get it? There's this thing in hip hop where it's like, to be the best and the greatest, it's got to go beyond being a king. You got to be a God MC in this. So I just feel like Kanye and them, man, that's what they're doing. They're just saying like, I'm a god in this in my own right. The people I look up to see themselves as the God MCs in this rap thing. No, I believe I'm the god of the hip hop. And Drake's trying to say, no, I'm the god of hip hop.
Yeah, they all are. Yeah.
And all of the best ones in our culture all refer to themselves as the god coincidentally, and the ones that don't. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit of a...
It just seems from in your take here, it seems like he embodies it more more from a literal sense, musically. Yeah. Because of the sonics,
gospel music and stuff.
Yeah. Like you're hearing choirs and like, and I know you've been hearing that from Jesus Walks, to be fair.
Facts.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, there's something super different about it. And to be honest with you, it sounds really good, man. I feel like when you listen to it, the production side of things, like what he does with that is really, really, really impressive. Like really impressive to me. Even if there's certain songs in that I don't like, I can still appreciate the production.
Of course.
I can still appreciate what is happening here.
But you know, like Pure Souls, for example, that song.
Yeah.
It's got 9 different producers on it.
Really?
I checked the credits. It's got 9 producers on Pure Souls, one song.
That doesn't surprise me though.
But it's like, for me, here's my biggest takeaway from this album. Kanye is less invested in music than he used to be for me. For me, he's focused on being a fashion mogul, a business mogul, building underground cities in Wyoming or whatever the hell he's doing. He's focused on being a black Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos. He wants to be in that conversation, real powerhouse. Because we know Kanye West is a megalomaniac. Mm-hmm. He's obsessed with power. He said it on Power in My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. This guy's an obsession with power. That's why he's running for president. That's why he wants to build his own cities. On the album, what did he say? Donda, we're building a Wakanda and all of it. Like, he wants to be like a ruler from back in the day, a Kim Jong-un. So for me, this album just shows like the amount of producers involved, the amount of features involved and all of that. This seems to me, other than his arrangement and him being Kanye West, being the face of it, wasn't that involved in this. Like, the features outshone him lyrically on most songs. Let's be honest. Jay-Z bodied him, Jay Electronica bodied him, Fabio bodied him. I just feel like...
Isn't that to be expected, though?
No, well, this is the thing. A lot of people say Kanye is not a lyricist, so why would you expect lyricism
I disagree with that.
But this is what I say. Around My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Watch the Throne times, about 10 years ago, there was one point where he was a really, really good rapper. On Watch the Throne, he held his own with Jay-Z.
100%.
That's not easy to do across a whole album. No. There were some tracks where I feel like he took Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Obviously, overall, Jay-Z raps better than him, and he did on the album. But there were songs where I was just like...
Yeah, Kanye on Ham, mad to me.
Bro, even maybe potentially Otis.
Yeah.
You get it custom.
Yeah.
I get it custom. You were custom. Like, he was going mad. But I feel like now when I listen to him, I feel like his bars aren't sharp. He was saying some dumb shit. Like that song with Off the Grid. He was like, I speak to God. That's my bestie.
Oh, yeah.
I can play soccer in my backyard. I think I see Messi. I'm just like, bro, shut up, bro. What are you talking about? Like, I feel like his pen ain't strong.
Nah. I know. And
at all.
See, with Kanye, I feel like Kanye has good moments of... I feel like he has moments of being a really good rapper. But... I disagree when people say he's not a lyricist, because he is. He can still tell stories. He can still do all those type of things. The debate really is how good of a lyricist is he. I think if you're not that great of a lyricist, doesn't mean that you're not one. But but when I listen to him, I just think that like he's more of a better artist than he is a rapper. Like I'm listening to the project or the one thing that I'm expecting from him is an experience. Yeah. Like I'm not just expecting him to just throw some songs together or whatever. I'm expecting an experience. I'm expecting to have the same energy that he has with his rollouts, where he's doing this stadium shit and he's fucking dressed in all red and he's doing all these mad stuff. I'm expecting a musical version of an experience, and that's something that he does usually always give. In some way, shape or form.
I feel like he gave that this time.
Yeah, 100%.
He delivered. He delivered definitely. I could say I'm nitpicking, but I just feel like I said, I just feel his personal performance as a rapper artist
wasn't that great.
Wasn't the best.
No.
My favourite song on there is the one with Lauryn Hill, Believe What I Say. I think it's called. Hard. You heard that, Callum, as well. He sampled Doo Wop, I think, and that song there just gives me old Kanye vibes, like Life, Good Life, Touch the Sky. Like real radio friendly record, but like do you know what Kanye, man? He's dope.
Do you know what I heard when I heard that? You know them parties, like where like them how do I explain it? Them upper echelon type parties. I don't know if you've ever been. Of course you've been to them, but it's like everyone's there. there's money there, there's
Just
like
flowing,
things going on,
yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
and you
yeah.
played it, and everyone's just in
Facts.
sync. It's like
Yeah,
that's
the
what I
vibe.
heard when I heard. That's what I heard. That's what I saw when I heard that.
No, and that's the sick thing about his music, because it does make you feel a certain way and it puts you in a certain place. Do you know what I mean? I think for me, Kanye is just at a point now where he's Kanye in it, so he's always experimented, he's always been abstract, he's always gone left, but I feel like now he can really push the boundaries because he doesn't really have much to prove. I know people are gonna say, well, off the last 2 projects, yeah, he does, and for himself he might feel like he has something to prove, but to me, musically, you know, like, God forbid he went tomorrow, he has nothing to prove. He's one of the greatest to ever do it. And
The beginning part of the project I didn't like though, like the first.
Bro, he started with Jail. Are you crazy? With Jay?
Oh,
Guess
of course,
who's
no.
going
Oh,
to
no,
jail
no, right. Yeah,
tonight?
shit, sorry. I've got that mixed up. So there was like...
You got the track list there?
Yeah, I've got it here.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. You see, like, yeah, God
made my own
Breathed.
playlist,
I didn't
by
like
the way.
God Breathed, and I didn't like Off the Grid, really. But Hurricane,
Wait, no,
I
wait,
did not
pause.
like Off the Grid.
Why can you not like Off the Grid? What do you mean?
I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
What
Huh?
are you playing now?
Oh, that's God Breathed. Oh, Off the Grid, sorry. Nah, I didn't like that.
What?
I didn't like it.
Okay.
Hurricane, I loved though.
Weekend took it.
Loved it. Yeah, he did.
The Weekend special,
he
bro.
did.
He's a special.
Oh, you know, I wasn't
He's
a believer
special.
of The Weeknd in the beginning.
What, House of Balloons style?
Yeah, I wasn't. I just
Nah,
didn't.
he's special.
I wasn't like. It was only until I went to the show and I was like,
Oh, he's
no,
great.
yeah.
What was it? What was it? The Starboy one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
At
like,
O2.
this guy at the O2.
Yeah. I was blown away as well.
I'm like, this guy is on
a
a
star.
whole different thing.
He's overtaken Drake in streams, you know, on Spotify.
Has he?
No, monthly listeners, not streams, monthly listeners. But obviously that changes.
gonna change.
Now Drake's albums that will probably change, but the highest ever is Justin Bieber. He broke the record. It was like 83 million monthly listeners, roughly.
I heard Post Malone's are super up as well.
Yeah, but he does like 50. Weekend second with 74, and then Drake's third. We're talking like whoever's reached the highest it's ever reached. Justin Bieber broke the record for 83 million monthly listeners.
Fuck you know.
But people want to downplay JB's influence in this thing.
Nah, man.
No, I'm not talking about ticket sales. I'm not doing that. I'm not talking about that.
No, we can never. I don't think.
But the
anyone-
Weeknd's a start. He shouldn't. He's so glad he never signed to Drake.
Yeah, of course.
That hook there on Hurricane.
Yeah, it's cold.
80 degrees. He's going
cold.
mad.
Sorry, I can't believe I missed Jail though. Like hearing Jay's, fucking. I'm never mad at hearing a Jay verse. You know, Never mad at hearing a Jay verse.
That's
and when I heard the clip of that at his where was he? Where was the concert thing that he did prior? Like
First
a
one
month
was
before?
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. He did 2 there, and then he did 1 in Chicago.
Right, and then that's where the clip came from with hearing Jay's verse, right? Or did
The clip came from Atlanta.
Right,
Because the one in Chicago, he brought out Marilyn Manson and the baby. Madman.
Did he stream literally the whole? Did he perform or stream the whole album at that show, or did he just do a little bit?
Both. So he's never actually performed. He's never had a mic in his hand performing it. It's literally
It was a listening party.
session. It's crazy. He's just walking, standing around, miming to it with people in the crowd.
So then, but with that though, yeah, did he do the whole album?
Yeah.
So how comes like no one didn't I guess, are we in an era where people care about that then? I don't think anyone really cares. See, like back in the day,
Yeah.
someone would have chopped that up some way, shape or form, and people would have just been digesting that and listening to it. I feel like no one don't really like.
No,
As
so I
long
think-
as it's proper, like people just need to listen to it and consume it properly now, innit? If it's on Spotify, maybe it's convenience. How do you listen to something if it's not on a streaming service?
Yeah. Do you know what it was? So I think the first one, you weren't allowed camera phones in. Second one, he allowed camera phones, so there was more clips of it.
How do they do that?
It's just like what Kevin Hart does at O2, innit? Like, I think you got
They put them in a locker.
or something. Don't quote me on this. This is what I read and seen online. And then I think the second one and the third one, Apple streamed it.
Right.
Like, so you could watch it though on Apple Music.
Right.
So yeah, they must have done something to the audio to make it like not that clear, so that people can't really do anything with it, or do you know what I mean? Like made it really stadium-y or something, because it broke records for a live stream or some shit on Apple Music.
I'm sure he was the first. I think like Kanye can get one of the first forever taking a Soulja Boy off a verse. One of the first to ever take Soulja Boy off a record.
Big Draco.
Big Draco.
Kanye.
He played it, he played his verse in that as well. By the way, I loved Remote Control, by the way. I felt like people didn't like that. I loved that.
I like the message in it. It's all about technology.
Loved it.
And
the way that,
experience.
of course.
Yeah, I like that.
The way that he sang it in that as well, cold. But
do you like
I would have liked Big Draco on it, to be honest. I can't even.
So would I.
I would have
He
liked
deserves
him on
it, man.
Yeah. He
Come
definitely
on,
does.
Soulja.
Soulja turned around and said, yeah, he took me off the thing. Fuck this guy. But you know what, though? Kanye could have been aiming to release that again with My Man on it. But My Man's just come out so quickly and said, fuck Kanye. You know what Soulja Boy's like?
But he's smart, because everyone's looking at him like, why you're so rude? This is marketing. Soulja Boy's done this time and time again. He's flipping the L of not making the project into a W and getting people talking about him alongside the project. But you know what annoys me though, Chucks? Like, I even see some of the blogs posting Soulja Boy, saying like, made you think, and certain people saying like, oh, like, like basically him going at Kanye, and everyone in the comments is like, Soulja Boy's a clown, like, look at him, like but my whole thing is like, are you not just gonna ignore the fact that the guy he's getting out has been acting like a clown? Who, Kanye.
Yeah, of course.
He's been doing all the antics on exactly what Soulja Boy is doing, maybe not as derogatory, but he's been doing the Twitter rants, cussing Drake, cussing these people, doing this, setting himself on fire, bringing out Marilyn Manson. Like, this is literally, when I saw that third show at Chicago, it's very similar to a circus. A man set himself on fire. You see fire at a circus. He's brought out Marilyn Manson, the baby, on a set of his mum's house. Like, Marilyn Manson just got cancelled for like rape allegations and stuff. Like, this guy does all the clown behavior, and he's the only one, Chuckie, that we just go, it's Kanye.
I know.
Soulja does it, but he's been doing it for years. Soulja's a dickhead. He can't do that. Someone else does it, you're cancelled. Like, who is Kanye to get the pass? Well, because he's a billionaire and we like his music.
Do you not think that maybe it's because like a lot of people in some way see Kanye as someone who's not really that well?
No, because before he even officially became unwell, we was giving him the pass for doing mad things.
Anyway.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
True.
He's been doing... What I've learned about Kanye, I've tried to study this guy, Chucks, and it's like, I'm trying to work out if he's an amazing artist and a great marketer, or he's just an amazing artist and all of this stuff just happens. But I'm leaning with the fact that I think he's a great marketer. I don't think any of this is by chance. All of the things he does, the rants, all of this stuff, even the things that looked very off the cuff, like the Taylor Swift snatching of the thing, or the George Bush hates black people, all of that stuff, I just don't think it's as spontaneous as
no, I don't think so either. I think Kanye knows. I think Kanye knows the moment. I think he knows what's happening in the moment. I think he knows what will happen from that moment. I don't think that he's doing that out. Like, there's no way that shit's just by chance.
You don't become a billionaire by chance.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't become a billionaire by chance.
That spontaneous outrage of what? I can't believe that. I'm just doing something thoughtlessly. No, like, he knows what he's doing when he's doing that. But, like, to be fair though, when you say giving him a pass, like, what do you mean by giving him a pass? Because I do still feel that, like, for a long time, people have, like, in some way attacked his character though. But musically, they still loved him. So it's like, if someone's providing good music or it makes you feel a certain way, like, what are you supposed to do? If we're saying we shouldn't give him a pass, in my mind, I'm saying, well, if people are attacking his character, so they're still attacking his character in one way, saying this guy's an idiot, he's this, he's that, he's this, he's that,
Yeah.
But then on the other side, his music's going through. Essentially, all you can really do is cancel his music, but you can't do that. Like, what he's doing is not deep enough to turn around and say, I'm not fucking with this guy. Like, it's not like the guy's raped someone, done some child molesting stuff, or he's just had these mad outbursts and like some outrageous opinions and just done some super odd stuff. But
he hasn't done something that
R. Kelly there? Was you? What conversation was? Oh no, he wasn't there. I was in the Rewind offices, and they were talking about a particular artist that was tapped. I can't say the artist's name because I can't do that. And then someone said, "Well, tell me who isn't. Like, who isn't? Like, who isn't tapped? Like, tell me one of the, like, super top tier artists that ain't really tapped." But they were talking from a perspective of here, But if you broaden that, I think they've all got some type of imbalance, some mad imbalance some way.
I feel like Drake's the most together artist I've seen, bro.
Even
when I'm listening, and I know we might get on to see it or whatever, but even when I listen to that, I'm just like, this is someone that's really got his shit together, bro.
He does talk a lot. He does talk a lot about here and there. He does reference like anxiety and all of these type of things, which is normal. I think when you're a superstar. But the thing is, one thing that we wouldn't know is how that affects him on a day to day.
Yes,
we'll only know about like what he's putting in bars and stuff like that. But only the people around him will see him in his like either lowest of lows or highest of highs, or in moments where he's doing stuff that is like bro, like you could have moved a little bit better there, or something a little bit snaky.
I'm only going by what you said in terms of like super mega famous stars at that level. Like you said, most of them end up. Look, rest in peace, Whitney Houston. Do you know what I mean?
Jay
Hollywood
seems
stars.
put together though. Jay seems a bit.
Oh, Jay as well. Yeah, Jay
seems put together.
Jay is exactly. So there's certain people. There are people, but I get you. Across the board, usually they go off the rails. Usually they do go off the rails.
Usually, a lot of the what do they say? Geniuses. Do people look at?
But do we just? That's what I'm saying, though. That's another thing, Chuckie.
Go.
Do we lean on this word genius to get Kanye out of a lot of the mad shit he does?
100%.
1 million.
100%.
100.
Because the reality is, I didn't really care that much. I don't live in America. But I know that when at the height of that Donald Trump shit, when he threw on that MAGA hat, it was a deep thing to a lot of black people in America.
Of course.
A lot of black people were upset.
It felt like a slap in the face to them.
Because this was the same guy that condemned a president 10 years prior in George Bush for not liking black people. So for you to there stand next to another president who has a history of being racist or, you know what I'm saying, prejudice towards black people, it doesn't make sense. It's almost like, okay, you're a different guy then to the guy that used to stick up for us, the guy that made All Falls Down. Do you get what I'm saying? Now it's like you're caught up in the circus of Kardashians, Calabasas life. You're obsessed with Drake. Like everything you do seems to be from the one with Scorpion where you dropped the 7 albums and all around his album to now what you did this week and all of this. You've got an obsession with this man and we'll never really get to the bottom of that. Only them two really know what's going on with that. It's just, there's just too much clown behavior that I feel like if Drake went on a 50 tweet rant about his contract with Universal, his baby mum's mum, all of this, people would have been said this guy's a clown and once Drake's gone off the rails, we're done. Not done because he makes good music and we'll go back.
People will blame some of that on the Kardashians. I remember when he was doing that, they were saying,
Kim's been very quiet, kept it together, but no one gives her props for that.
Honestly, bro, I rebuke all of that stuff because I'm saying to myself, listen, like, we don't know what their inside of their house looks like, but let me tell you this, is that you can say what you want about Kim and that, but ultimately, she's been with my man for years, and held my man down when he was going through, coming out and doing some outrageous shit as a wife.
It could have damaged her brand as well.
Absolutely.
It did.
It did. Yeah, well, in some way, but people still fuck with them however they do. Do you know what I mean?
No, because he said it on that Ye album. Didn't he say Kim called, said we're going to lose it all? Said she could leave, but she wouldn't leave or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, like, all in all, I think people would still fuck with them, innit? Like the Kardashians and stuff. But of course you would. She would feel like, fuck, my husband's going out there and doing all of this mad shit, This could fuck the whole... You could fuck the bag up. You could fuck the proper generational bag up somewhere
we're dealing with
by saying some shit where we might even end up having to pay a whole bunch of money out now.
Facts.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Stayed with my man. So like, when she got to the point, or when it got to the point where they broke up, I could easily see how someone would say, you know what, for the sake of the youths, we got a distance here, you know what I mean, and try to figure this shit out. Do you get what I'm saying?
Just to quickly bring it, sorry Chucks, bring it back to Donda for a sec,
Yeah, go.
Music's contradictory anyway, but I just felt like this album was quite contradictory as well. Like I know he's trying to get the balance between secular music and gospel music, religious music, and he's trying to kind of merge it, and I feel like he got the balance on this very well. I feel like the best way to describe it for me is like Jesus King meets Life of Pablo together. You see what I'm saying? Jesus King was way too gospel. Life of Pablo was dope. It is what it was. So it's like now that he's brought them together in this way, I feel like he's done that very well. But it's just the things of me like, why are you bleeping the swear words? I get it's a gospel album, so you got to do that. So then why not tell them to swear, not to swear? Like why have you got them swearing just to have it bleeped? Me, I grew up on rap where it has parental advisory. It's not a good experience.
He beeped out a couple of his words in that as well. I'm like, why did you could just have rewritten it. You could have just rewritten it.
Weird. That's what I'm saying. It's weird. Like we grew up on the essence of like Tupac, Snoop Dogg, where when I was young and I used to get a CD, I'd see parental advisory at the bottom, and I'd be like, oh, this is bad. My mum doesn't really want me to listen to this, but she ain't really gonna say anything if I listen to it, kind of thing. Like, oh, do you know what I mean? Like, you want to hear swear words when you're a kid, you want to hear all the gun to all of this. And even now, like when I pick up the Kanye album, I've been programmed to listen to hip hop like that, and it hasn't got parental advisory. It's just a black cover. I listen to it, and he's bleeping swear words, but people ask. Or when I listen to Lil Durk, who dropped an amazing verse on Jonah, and he's talking about his brother being killed, and he said that like we've been trying to find the ops, but we're even dropping our own location so they can come find us, but they don't. It's like on a gospel album, should man be talking about that stuff? Talking about like saying we're ready to just kill these man, come get us. Like, do you know what I mean though? Like I'm just, it's a bit weird, like the tones of it and stuff.
I hear that still. I mean,
but I feel like everyone's just gone past it because they like good music again.
Yeah, I think it's that conflict of censoring the next man. Like, I really fuck with you and I want you on my project, but I'm not going to tell you what you should talk about.
Because this is your art.
Because this is yours.
Your message.
I think that you can still say, and maybe he did do this, but I think you can still say, this is the song, this is the theme of it. This is what I'm talking about. And then whatever you want to do is what you want to do. Yeah, and if a man turns around and says, in his mind, you know, fuck that, I'm just following the pen, wherever it goes, I'm doing what I'm doing, then he does what he does. But I guess if you sit down and you say, you know what, this is the theme, this is what I'm on, this is what I'm saying, or whatever, yeah, not just play the song. Because sometimes I feel certain artists, maybe a certain types of artists, may not necessarily listen to an artist like Kanye and proper break down lyrics, yeah. They might just be listening. I could imagine that Durk, in particular, would listen to what Kanye's saying and the vibe, but he's on his thing, innit? I'm just coming in, I'm just doing my thing. But if you sit and say, you know what, this is what I'm doing, and this is what I'm saying. If you want to follow suit, then maybe something might change. But other than that, I'm not going to censor you.
But I don't mind if it's a track and you're doing that for the track and whatever. But when there's an album and it has to kind of flow within what the message of the album is, and there's a bigger picture, for me, great artists try to kind of stick to the theme of that in a way, in a sense. But in the same breath, this is a bit of an anomaly, this album, because he's bucking the trend again. So it's like he's almost purposefully doing that. Like, yeah, I'm going to bring the crud that you lot want to hear and then kind of edge you into this sound of gospel. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I tried the gospel and you lot weren't listening. So I know you lot like the fuckery. So I'm going to put the fuckery in there so that I'd reel you in.
Yeah.
But this is where we're going now.
Medicine in candy, innit?
Exactly. So this decade, this is how I'm doing the 20s now. You saw what I did in the 2000s. The 2010s, this is how I was doing it. The 20s, this is what I'm doing now. And I'm going to pull you in. Because I don't think he's leaving this gospel music, bro.
No. To be fair, though...
He's just trying to get us on
To be fair,
wave.
more time ain't that kind of like what features are sometimes. It's to bring people in. Yeah. Come over here. Like, you'll see your fan base, come over here. Yours... Like, I feel as though, like... I understand that, by the way, and it makes perfect sense, and I'm not mad at it at all. I think, though, if you were really trying to be 100% cohesive, a lot of the times you would go for the features that no one would really expect like that, and it would be fine for you because it's not about the features, it's about the experience, 100% the experience of the project.
And that's why I love Nas's album, because it's like Lauryn Hill makes sense.
Did I ever tell you that I DJ'd for Nas?
Huh?
Did I ever tell you that I DJ'd for Nas?
When?
Yeah, see, do you know what? When we was going back on the last pod, I was thinking to myself, did I ever tell, like...
Where was it? Wait, hold on. Where was this?
This was what? Probably about 8 years ago. But I'll tell you what, we'll do that as a whole different conversation. But yeah, you was talking about Nas and Lauryn Hill. And whatever.
No, I was just saying, like, to what you said, like, those features made sense within that album because he's like a hip-hop legend. So he's got... Lauryn Hill was a legend. Eminem who's a legend. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's certain features he had that made sense. And, like, with Kanye's thing, it was... I just feel like he just wanted all the hottest people in the game.
Yeah.
Even the thing with the locks. Love the locks on there. Bro, Jadakiss's verse was crazy. Did you listen to that on Jail Part 2? He went mad. Like, because I didn't think anyone would be able to follow Jay Electronica's because he was saying a lot.
Yeah, 100.
But Jadakiss did his thing. Sheik and Styles, they were all right.
Right, yeah.
But I just feel like even the Locks, bringing them in. If Dipset won that and not the Locks, Dipset would have been on that album.
Yeah, I didn't.
But because the Locks won and they had a big moment in the world and hip hop, he just flew them in last minute. Like, that's clouty to me.
Yeah, I hated it. I liked the song. I hated the idea.
Yeah.
When I heard that the Locks was on it, I hated it.
Because you knew what he was doing.
Because I knew what that was about. And I just thought, I thought you, Kanye, Like, I expect that from some other people, but I don't expect you to throw somebody into a project like this last minute because of that.
It's desperation.
It's crazy to me.
It screams desperation to me, bro.
Yeah.
It screams, I need to have moments. I need to da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, we can't even do it because we're trying to do it in chronological order, but it's just reminding me of what Drake was saying on that 7 a.m. in Bridal.
Yeah, way later than I started.
Bam!
But
he's reviling so many things. But yeah, Kanye, it's just a lot of desperation. Do you know what it is? Kanye is not in his prime, bro. No. He's just not. He's being creative again. He's pushing about. I respect artists all the time that take risks and tread ground that no one's tread before. And Kanye has done that consistently throughout his career. While other hip hop artists will play it safe and stay in their comfort zone. Yeah. Comfort zone isn't in Kanye's vocabulary, bro. And I will always respect him for that. But musically, he's declining. Anyone that wants to argue with me can argue with me about it. There's a lot of Kanye stands out there, but this ain't scratching the surface of his top 5 albums.
No way. No way. I was gonna say, how do you feel the replay value is on it?
I mean, because there's so many songs, there is replay value on a lot of songs.
How many songs would you take away from it to make?
I've done it already. I made my playlist.
Have you? I haven't done
11 songs.
11, yeah.
Out of 27. I made 11 songs. I'll get them up right now. I don't waste time. When I see a 27 track, like when Chris Brown's album came out, let me find 40 songs. Let me just find, and I only got about 6. Let me just find what I need and put that in a playlist because you lot are just taking the piss, bro.
But sometimes, if you do it too quick, you miss shit, though.
Oh, yes. Of course.
Yeah.
And I did
especially
that, but I can add it again.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'll go back and add it. But so far, I've got Jail, Off the Grid. I know you don't like that. Praise God, Jonah. Bro, it's basically track 2 to 10. There was a whole run.
Yeah.
Praise God, Jonah, Okay, Junior, Believe What I Say.
Right.
Heaven and Hell is a mad song.
You didn't put Remote Control in there, no?
I didn't. I appreciated it, the story, but the sound is it's not what I wanted to. Keep My Spirit Alive. That's the one with Griselda. Yeah. Crazy song. Pure Souls, that one, Roddy. Yeah, 9 producers, yeah. No Child Left Behind. I love that from when I saw Sha'Carri Richardson in the advert. And then I put Jesus is Lord Part 2.
Right.
Jail Part 2 didn't make it, sorry, because I like Jail 1 too much.
Jail 1, I like Jail 1.
I don't want to hear Marilyn and the baby's verse. I don't care what anyone says. I didn't like it.
There was one thing actually I thought about when you mentioned the Trump thing, and this is how I was going to tie it back to Donda, was that, like, there could have been a small argument to say that, see, in that time, I mean, maybe he could have used this in a way that would have benefited him. But it's like, you know what? There's someone who seems like an op to us, but ultimately they're in office, and I am brethren with this person, and I could essentially try to get this person to understand us a little bit better and do certain things for us that is going to help us, And one small example of this, which we saw Kim doing, which was going to Trump and getting people pardoned and all of that, Kanye in 2018 did the same thing, but for Larry Hoover.
Okay.
And then you hear Larry Hoover's son on the album, and so Larry Hoover's son's talking about, after all of these years, he kept hearing that like his dad was going to get released or whatever. For people who don't know, Larry Hoover went to jail in I think it was 1971 or 72. He's like the founder of the Gangster Disciples, which is a massive gang in America, and you got apparently, because I watched bare documentaries on this brother, and that started from the jail that he's in. He's in a super max jail, with some of the craziest the maddest men in the world, bro. And there's all these stories about fucking all the beds are just metal and all of that type of stuff, and it's just some crazy supermax, And I was going through all the people that were in there just to try and find out what they had did. I just went through some super mad rabbit hole, of what this person did and all of that stuff. Anyway, I came across Larry Hoover. Anyway,
love a good old rabbit hole though.
Oh, love it.
So
anyway, him and another guy, I can't remember his name. He was a part of a gang called the Black Disciples, They murdered one youth,
Is that the Chicago one?
Yeah. I believe so.
I feel like Dirk and them are affiliated with that, or they Gangster Disciples.
But Gangster Disciples now, they're all over
spin-offs.
They're all over the place now. Okay. So anyway, they've murdered some youths. They ain't even directly murdered you. It was a conspiracy thing, Okay. Some youths gone in there, in the alley, Duppy the brother, whatever. Larry Hoover's got arrested along with the person who murdered the kid, yeah, and they've given him like 200 years or some shit from the one murder, yeah. But then in the 90s, they moved him to that jail because that jail I was telling you about, because they found out apparently he was still organizing crime. He was still having drugs moved around and still calling hits on people's heads or whatever. Don't know how true that is. So then that's when they moved him to that jail, yeah? Some people say that like they moved him to that jail because obviously if he was still connected in any way to the disciples on the streets or whatever, that gang on the street is so big, they're just trying to they're trying to get rid of the head. Fact. If they can get rid of the head, the body will fall in it, yeah? But I don't know if they had super evidence on all of these type of things. So anyway, with that, Kanye was trying to get him the pardon. So when you heard his son on there talking about, you know, like we ain't seen our dad, all of his grandkids hasn't seen their granddad and all of these type of stuff, yeah? It's like, well, on one hand, in one conversation, I'm listening to that and I'm saying, right, like, there actually might have been a lot of charitable things that he was doing that he actually never really spoke about, and he just puts them in element of the art on one side, and then on this side, on just listening to the music, I'm like, right, that's actually quite a powerful moment. It opens up a conversation about, right, like, who is actually in the jails, like, what are they in the jails for, like, 200 years for a murder? We might actually need to have a little look at that. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. But I thought it was really interesting hearing, like, on an album that is dedicated to his mum and Jesus and all of that stuff, there was still that message in there, and I did respect it. Do you
That's
get what
dope,
I'm saying?
man. You definitely, from obviously watching the other stuff you watched, you had a deeper take on that, which I didn't even know about. Like, I heard him speak stuff and I heard the messaging, but yeah, that's dope. I didn't know he went into it like that.
Yeah.
But what I will say is I still feel like you and a lot of people are giving Kanye a lot of credit in terms of like relating it to the Trump thing, because for me, when I see him do the Trump thing, I don't think it's very like, oh, he's trying to change and make it. I just think
it's about him.
He just wants people talking about him.
It's about him.
I throw the red hat on, stand next to him at the height of Trump being in here. Everyone's going to talk about it.
Yeah.
He's a shock jockey. He's the perfect controversial figure, and he knows how to capitalize on these moments.
Yeah, 100%.
His whole thing is good news, bad news. I don't care. Just keep my name in your mouth.
Yeah.
And let's run up the numbers.
Yeah.
He's done it his whole career. Just run up the numbers. From when he got cancelled the real first time, before cancellation was even a thing, with Taylor Swift. Back in the Taylor Swift in 07 or whenever it was, when he got drunk with the Henny Amber Rose.
Yeah.
Since then, he's just realised.
Legendary picture, by
since then, he's just realised, let me see how far I can take it.
Yeah.
That's Kanye's whole thing. How far can I take it? I've done this, done that, did Trump. Then I said slavery's a choice on TMZ. They still love me. Now he's arrived at, I'm going to bring a rapist, someone that's accused of raping Marilyn Manson.
That's outrageous.
I'm going to bring him on stage alongside the baby who recently got cancelled. So there's 3 people now standing on my house. This is dedicated to my mum. We've got one person who actually killed someone, the baby, obviously it was self-defense, but he's killed someone and then got cancelled recently for his, whatever he happened to say it rolling loud. Then on the right of me, I got someone that's been accused by multiple women of rape and sexual harassment. And then there's just me, who's been cancelled loads of times, but not for things as mad as these lot. And here we are. What the fuck has this got to do with your mum and Jesus, bro?
Nothing.
And he does that to get everyone talking about it once again, and he's pushing the boat. And what's scary about it, Chuckie, is he's a very influential man. He's a very powerful man. He's building cities. And me personally, these are deep dives, hot takes from me, but Elon and Jeff Bezos, I don't trust them. I think they're dangerous people. I think what they're planning to do is not for the betterment of us personally. That's just my take without going too deep into it. And I feel like Kanye wants to be alongside them. And it's like, what are you going to do with that power?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Is it going to be for good? Is it going to be for evil? Is what you're doing now with the gospel music, is it for good and the betterment of hip hop, to bring us away from talking about guns and the trap and drugs? Or is it to just serve a next purpose that you may have going on in the future? I don't know what the fuck he's trying to do, but he's trying to do something, and he pushes the boat every single time to see how much can I get away with things. Because remember, they crucified Jesus while he was alive. They crucified him, then he came back, and now we worship him.
Yeah.
And he's trying to say, can I do that? I'm Jesus. Let's see how far I can go. Will they go to the ends of the earth with me? does that mean at one point, not obviously like this is all like, could I pick up a gun and shoot someone and they'll still love me? How far can this go?
Right.
He's standing next to someone that's been accused.
Yeah,
Bro, it's like you basically bring out Harvey Weinstein. Or whoever else has got allegations of
Solo
doing stuff.
45.
You know what I'm saying?
Jesus Christ.
You know what I'm saying? Like let's take it UK. That's like Dave right now doing the O2 show.
Bringing out Solo 45.
Yeah.
Or Noel Clark.
Oh,
right
God.
now.
Could you imagine?
So on one side he's got Noel Clark, one side he's got Solo 45, Dave. He's done.
Yeah.
Kanye's not done. It's Kanye. We still go, we're still here talking about how amazing Donda is. This is so it's like everyone goes, can you separate the art when it comes to R. Kelly and Michael Jackson, these people from the music? Can you do it? We do it with Kanye all the time. Maybe not on their level because their allegations are pedophilia, which is a deeper, madder thing. But he's still that, brother. He's next to a guy that's multiple women.
Yeah, it's.
Are you a rapist sympathizer then?
When you break it down like that, that's like because I.
But you have to.
See the
black culture don't care about Marilyn Manson. That's why we just go.
That's why you get. That's why he gets some type of pass in some way. But I actually didn't see the live stream, and I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that he brought out the baby and thing. I didn't even know that. I didn't see it on. I didn't even see it on my time. But to be fair, maybe I'm just not even looking at the time.
Apparently, Kim didn't know. So remember, Kim was part of it, and she come out in the wedding dress and all of this.
Yeah.
Hoo-ha. Apparently, she didn't know because she does a lot of stuff for women's rights and all this stuff. So she didn't know. So Marilyn Manson come out and she's gone mad again. Apparently,
then how are you gonna? If you want your wife back,
this is what Chuckie. The guy is a clown. Why are we doing this?
Wife back, like, surely you must have known.
He's a clown. We're gonna let everyone's gonna call Soulja Boy a clown, but then we give Kanye the pass because he's a billionaire and he's made some of the greatest music of all time. What are we doing here?
Can I go back to the take that you was talking about with like him wanting to be all the way up there, yeah, with them, man? One of the reasons why it would never happen is because he's such a liability. He's such a liability. No one knows exactly what he would do when he's up. They'd kill him before that happens. And you know what?
Yeah, but they killed Trump, and look what he got up and then become president.
I think maybe there might be an element in privilege in there somewhere. Maybe I don't know.
He's been a billionaire since the 80s, since like the 80s as well. So.
I think it's very different with somebody like a Kanye. And I think that maybe even if they did dup him, that might even be part of the plan and that as well. Because then that speaks to the Jesus being crucified and all of that type of stuff.
Obviously, we don't want to put that in the universe.
Of course,
and stuff.
of course. Yeah, we don't like. That's the last thing I would like to see.
Yeah.
But like that's how deep this thing gets though. And those are the dots that can be connected with that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Of course, look at we only got to look at Tupac and Biggie and people and the influence they had and how they were taken. I know that was different circumstances, but Kanye is definitely a threat to a lot of people.
Yeah.
But the maddest thing is, sometimes I think he's a threat to himself, more importantly. But who am I to say anything? The guy's a billionaire, has had an impact on humans. Let's not just talk about music, bro. He's shifted the culture. Like Chuckie, the other day I was speaking to my brethren. Everyone knows at least one person now that owns a pair of Yeezys. Do you know how mad that is? I don't know why it's vibrate. Like, one person. Do you know what kind of influence that is?
Nuts. That's why maybe it even goes to what you were saying earlier on, where you was talking about him not being so invested in it. But this is like almost like just a thing that he uses, which is talented at, to get to this.
I almost feel like he just don't want Drake to win.
It's not the priority. It's not the priority. It's like, okay, boom, I can get this. Obviously, everyone's going to talk about it. I can say this. Everyone's going to talk about that. I can do this. Everyone's going to talk about that. Now I can drop this. I can give this product, or I can try to get myself in a certain meeting, have a certain meeting with someone. Because that's his thing as well. He wants this person to call him. He wants to be in certain spaces, and he used to in conversations talk a lot about the ceiling that was over his head and all of that type of stuff. So I feel like I feel like you could be right. I don't know if this is like the main thing for him, but it's something that he needs to do. It's something that he needs to do to get to that next thing. It sounds good though. Well, I mean, we can't take away from the fact that it still sounds good, regardless of like, whether he's that invested in it or not, or there's X amount of producers, or he's doing whatever. It's still, there's still a portion of it that musically sounds good, even if you're saying that lyrically he's not that great. Even if even if musically you don't even really like it, you can still sit in your car or in your yard or whatever and say, there's elements of this that's kind of cold still.
No, of course, because like the project, even if his involvement is less, he's A&R'd it incredibly. The arrangements, the production, whatever. If there's 9 producers on one song, he's picked the right producer because they've come together and made magic. He's picked the right features. He's drawn the best out of some of these artists' verses on this. Like, he's gone mad. I just think it's like when people are going like, this album's incredible. Like, even if like he's done all the production, but he hasn't done all the production. He's almost done what DJ Khaled does, but made a more coherent project because DJ Khaled can't make a coherent project.
Not at all.
And then he's rapping because DJ Khaled don't rap. It's like a glorified DJ Khaled project, but with better production, more coherency, and actual verses from him. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Because there's like 30 producers. No, I'm sorry, there's hundreds of producers, and there's like 30 features. So what is this album? Can Kanye today, talk to me, Chuckie, can he actually today make an album with 1 or 2 features and majority him and production him, and it be of the level required, do you think?
Could he do
that today?
Could he do this, like basically this with no features, essentially, and it bang?
And him producing, basically do what Nas and Hit Boy did. It was just them and two.
No.
He can't do that,
he
bro.
can't do that. I mean, he's even tried to do it with certain artists, and it's not worked out. He did it with Nas, didn't he?
That was so disrespectful. Please don't even bring it up. Like, just don't even bring it up. It was so disrespectful. He didn't give him anything. Right. No good, great beats.
The Pusha one was okay.
No, okay, Daytona was incredible.
Yeah.
Are you not a Pusha fan like that?
Nah, I am. I do like Pusha. I liked it still. It was
but 7 tracks. I can't really.
Right. I remember I was a bit upset about that, like the fact that there was only 7.
Yeah. I even love the name Daytona, timeless piece. It's just a timeless piece. It's just dope. I like when people just come up with dope
Taylor, she was upset about her team.
Her album wasn't that bad though, you know.
It was bad. It was okay.
Do you think the one that came after was better, the self-titled one?
Yes.
What about?
I definitely did. But I had an emotional connection to that differently though as well.
Okay.
Because of like personal life things. But anyway, this is what someone tweeted. Yeah, when album. This was 45 minutes after the album's dropped.
Oh, God.
I noticed it, yeah.
God.
Donda isn't just an album. It's a cultural reset. It's a reason to breathe. An escape from the cruel world filled with thieves. It's art. It's the gift you are given to open on Christmas. A hug from a loved one. Everything you've ever wanted and ever needed.
Wait, hold on. That was 140 characters. That think piece was 140 characters.
Yeah. I said Twitter is
45 minutes. Wait, did you say 45 minutes after it dropped?
45 minutes. The man said.
Chuckie, the album's an hour and 44 minutes long.
He said it's a cultural reset and it's a reason to breathe. It's an escape from a cruel world filled with thieves.
I hate you people on Twitter. I hate you. You said it came out after 45 minutes, but the album's an hour and 44 minutes long.
Right, yeah.
So he didn't finish the album. I hate these. My boy messaged me like, yo, album of the year. It was
my God.
an hour after it dropped on that Sunday. Remember it dropped like midday on Sunday, 12, 1 p.m. An hour, he's like, album of the year, I'm calling it.
That's crazy.
I said, it was Nick. I said, Nick,
Stop
don't do this, bro.
Stop that.
Don't do this,
Nick?
bro. We got to live with this. It's 27 songs.
Yeah,
I'll still be listening to this at Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
Dissecting it.
100, and that's that. Sometimes it took me a while to listen to that album anyway. Cause I wasn't in line. I was doing a whole bunch of things. I wanted to listen to it properly. Huh?
Was you busy on the day?
I was in Liverpool. I was playing in Liverpool.
Oh, okay.
And then like when I was on my way up, I had things to do, and then I didn't want to listen to half of it, and then not be able to listen to the next half the next day. I wanted to know that I could listen to it that day.
Yeah.
So then I came back. And then I ended up listening to it like on the Tuesday or something like that. So
mad thing.
But
I just want to bring something full back just because I didn't get to it earlier about what you said about is his mind off the business quickly. I just want to ask you a question. Like, obviously you started out mainly as a DJ.
Yeah.
And that's how you made majority of your income. And now you've evolved and you're still a DJ, but you're also a podcaster and you're killing it and you're making bread and doing your thing with that. If say tomorrow you started like a business, like I don't know, clothing business example. and it made you a billionaire,
I'm still doing this, by the way.
you would still come
I'm
back
still-
and do
I'm
you'd
still
still
doing the
put in
pod.
the same effort.
I'm
and come
still
back
doing
and
the pod.
Be dedicated. Oh, you might even take it to the next level.
I'm still doing a pod. Yeah, I could. Yeah, possibly. I'm
Okay,
still.
because
I
that's what
love.
to check.
Yeah.
Because I know, like Kanye becoming a billionaire of clothing and stuff. Like he's made way more music of clothing and stuff than he's ever dreamt of in music. Let's be real, because Universal's probably taking 70% of whatever he makes in music.
Yeah.
And it's like once you're at that level and you've been making music for years and you're making so much money with clothing. Look at Rihanna, for example.
Yeah.
It's hard to come back to music.
Yeah.
She's making so much money of cosmetics and beauty and fashion.
Something has to.
I ain't seen that album since
Something
Auntie.
you have to be inspired. Something has to inspire you to want to do it. Like, and sometimes that thing that inspires you can be pain, could be a breakup, could be something it could be even that. Like the cosmetic thing could have inspired her in some way to make music and stuff. Clearly, it's not.
Really want more music.
Yeah, it's been 5 years.
Yeah, 5
It's
years.
been 5 years.
Anti 2016,
been
and that was
five-
her,
and
that was arguably her best album.
Yeah, yeah.
It was sick album.
And
For
the
me-
game is ready for her. Like everyone's ready for her, but it's like maybe she's just you can't
Running around
rush
with
that.
ASAP,
You just
bro.
can't even
She's
rush that.
living with ASAP,
Right.
like living life.
But this is the thing though. It's like
He won, man.
sometimes certain things inspire certain people and don't inspire others. Because on one hand, that relationship that they're in would inspire someone to get in and just discuss it and talk about it or whatever and just vibe with it. And I could imagine her making a cold album being inspired from that. But we can't tell her what to be inspired by. Of
course.
She's gonna come back one day.
She's gonna work on her own time.
She's gonna come back one day. She's gonna be inspired to do something one day and come back. But we just don't know what it is that's gonna make her do that.
And she's earned the right to take 5, 6, 7
100
years
million
off.
%, bro. 100 million %. She's so up right now.
She's
It's
goated,
crazy.
man. She's goated.
It's crazy. I know Drake wanted her so bad, but that's another conversation for another day.
What, on the album?
No, in life.
Oh yeah, he wanted her in life, but I think he probably won on the album as well.
Yeah, but I think who doesn't?
Yeah.
But politics in it, she's with ASAP now.
Oh, of course, who doesn't? And then there might be a sneaky bar from Drake and the thing and that as well. Like, you know what he's like.
You know what he's on there.
But just the last thing on Donda, by the way. Yeah,
Go on,
obviously,
go on.
me being from where I'm at, it was nice to hear Budja Banton on there as well.
Oh my!
Yeah, it was good to hear Budja Banton on there as well. Yeah,
That
when I heard
was-
the little singing thing in there, then at the end he's like talking. I'm like, Rob, a whole Budju.
That's the one with Lauren Hill,
man.
innit? The Lauren Hill sample, that one. He killed it. But can I just say something about that song? So he came in and did that sick part where he was doing Buju. Then he did the little talking part afterwards, remember?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie though, me listening to that, yeah, it honestly sounded like Kanye wrote it and he was reading
Told
it
him
off,
to-
of,
yeah,
a,
yeah,
off
yeah.
of a, like he said, yo, say this, and he was just, because it was like a poem or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And it just sounded like Buju was reading, like, you know, it sounds a bit forced.
Yeah. I hear that still.
But his
I
part
think
before
Budju
that
wrote
was
it.
incredible.
I think Budju probably wrote it,
Oh, you
or
think he
someone
wrote
wrote
it?
it for him. But I can't imagine, from how I followed Budju, I can't imagine him saying, like a man giving him a piece of paper and saying, yeah, read that,
That's
and him
true.
saying,
That's
I can't
true, yeah.
imagine. I can't imagine.
It's
him
like he
doing
got
it.
into his George the Poet bag.
Yeah,
It
he
sounded
did,
like
yeah,
Sully
yeah.
Breaks. Like, he was really getting in a spoken word.
Honourable shout out to George the Poet, by the way, as well. He was here. We did a sick episode of
Yeah,
him,
shout
and
out
then
to him
after
for
that,
that.
he got married. So I want to congratulate him and his wife. Yeah, they seem
Adulthood.
like they had an amazing wedding. Yeah, like we just saw some pictures, and I'm gonna have him back on the podcast, just talking a little bit.
We're
about,
growing up, Chuckie, bro.
Well, enough man are getting married and all
You
these type of
next?
things.
No?
Honestly, today was not gonna be the day I was gonna have this conversation, because usually I listen to albums fully in my own time anyway
Yeah.
when they drop, and I like to let them digest fully before, you know what I mean, I start talking about them or whatever. Yeah, because sometimes you can let the excitement of things get in the way, or you can let, you know, if you don't like something and the aura in the air of it being not good can sometimes sway you in that position a little bit, and you need to have your own time to be able to digest it and whatever. Yeah,
Facts.
but I woke up today, the day that we're recording this, by the way, is Friday the 3rd of October. I mean September. Yeah, I woke up today and Drake dropped the album. Drake dropped
Finally.
the album. Finally. It was looking as though there was a little holdback, which we didn't discuss earlier, which is cool. But it was looking as though there was this thing of who's dropping first, when are you dropping, wait, like, because I was thinking in my head, is Kanye waiting for my man to drop? Is
Yeah.
Drake waiting for him to drop? Like what's happening here? Like what's going on? Like when are you lot fucking dropping? Do you get what I'm saying? Kanye's obviously dropped, and then he's dropped, and then I'm like, okay, I don't know whether this was a thing of, yeah, we're gonna wait for my man to drop and then come out or whatnot, but that didn't really matter. I think I looked at the album cover and I didn't like it.
Hate that cover.
I hated it.
I get it.
I didn't
I
like
want people to talk.
Do you know what I thought when I saw the album cover?
What?
Drake's about to announce he's got another baby.
Yeah, facts.
Or 2.
Or 12, because I think there's 12 women on the front.
Right. He might have been. It was giving me Nick Cannon vibes.
Damn.
It was giving me a lot of that.
Damn.
Yeah. Do you know what? The Rihanna thing didn't happen. The Forever After thing, all of that. You know what? Fuck it. I'm outside.
Cinderella's story is not real, so he's just.
I'm
just
outside. But honestly, bro, I can't lie. I listened to the album. I thought it was really, really good.
Why are people? I'm seeing people hating on it already. They always do this.
Like, this is the reason why, in my opinion, yeah, Drake is where he's at still today. Because even at the level that this guy has reached, even after doing all of the things that he has done, I believe that he feels people still doubt me to this day. That's the thing. When we always talk about Rihanna being inspired by something, there's not something that's inspiring her at the moment to want to do something. I think that that's what inspires him the most. Oh, you're still talking.
Do you know what it is?
You still have something to say.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's a bit of what I see. It's like he wants everyone to love him, but not everyone can love you.
Yeah.
The closest we've seen from that from a musician is who? Michael Jackson.
Right.
Michael Jackson's music was almost universally loved and praised by everyone.
Right.
If you had a brain or a heart, you could listen to that music and understand this is phenomenal music.
Right.
Quincy Jones getting busy, like we're talking. Do you know what I'm saying? His music might be the most unanimously celebrated music, Michael Jackson. Like if you hear it, nice, sick music. I don't have to like pop. You could be a rock fan, you could be anything. I like this.
I'm gonna read you a bar.
Drake wants to be Michael Jackson. We know that. Scorpion was like some knockoff version of the Thriller cover. Like, not everyone's gonna like you, bro, because you are a rapper, singer hybrid, and rap is stemmed in street culture. Do you know what I mean? That's the essence of hip hop and stuff. So there's always gonna be people that love that type of rap that are just never gonna accept you. So here's my problem. Drake now, 12 years in since So Far Gone came out, into his run, at the peak we're talking, not just, let's say the peak started Take Care times, at 11 till now, 10 years at the peak, right? People that still come out to cuss Drake, it's ridiculous at this point. Either you don't like him, don't listen to the album, and the people that like the album, listen to the album. Right. But the haters are still gonna flock to listen to the album. So low key, you really like Drake, you just don't wanna like Drake.
Right.
But at this point, when you go in the club, half of the songs in the club these days are Drake songs.
Yeah.
I was in Conan's birthday last night. I can't lie. Too many Drake songs came on. Just from this year alone, the Having Our Way with Migos, or Solid with YSL, or Seeing Green with Nicki. These didn't even make that album, bro. But Lemon Pepper, but they've been dominating the year.
Right.
Like last year, like you can go Life is Good with Future, or like he's still soundtracking your life without you even knowing it. Because wherever you go, you're hearing this music. So I just don't understand.
Can I say that?
I
actually think a bit of the opposite though. I think Drake needs people to not like him, and I think in some way he wants that. I think he wants people to not like him, because that's the thing that inspires him. I think if he was like Michael Jackson, how everyone did see Michael Jackson, I don't know if we get what we get from him. I think he needs to have a Kanye thing going on. There needs to be that discussion between him and Kendrick. There has to be that.
It's like a cycle. It's like a vicious cycle.
If Kendrick wasn't there, and maybe people didn't throw Cole in the mix or whatever, and he didn't have these issues with whoever else he didn't have, then I don't think that we get the Drake. I don't think we get this type of Drake. When that whole situation happened with Meek, obviously I'll come back to the album. That was a perfect thing for him. Yeah. This was like, I can flex. I can come out, I can flex, I can do whatever's going to happen is going to happen. But like, he did not shy away from that at all.
He didn't, but there's one thing I disagree with. I still believe he wished that never happened, purely because the ghostwriting things have plagued him ever since. And that was the big turning point in his career, where he started moving a bit more angry, and he had a chip on his shoulder. And it's funny because even on CLB on this album, you know, the song, which I mentioned earlier briefly before you shut me down, which I totally understand, we got to get to it properly, the 7 a.m. on Bridal Path. Now, Listen, if you're a Drake fan, everyone knows the timestamp songs, he always blacks out.
Yeah.
5 a.m. in Toronto.
Love them.
What's the one where he was killing Diddy? 4 p.m. in Calabasas.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah.
This is a big statement. But this one here, just off 2 or 3 listens, might even be the best, bro, timestamp record. The rapping on this record, Chuckie, he's tapped in. He even said it on the thing. He said, I'm starting to meditate. But he said a bar about meditation or something, like when he's in this zone. And he's got, bro, there's like 12 bars where he is licking Kanye's head off.
He says, give that address to your driver, make that your destination, instead of posting out of desperation. Do you know what he's saying? He's saying, come to, you're doing the tweeting and deleting and that.
Yep.
You know the address.
Yep.
Come here.
Yep.
And let me tell you this, yeah. If you do come one up, I'll tell Chubbs and them to go and chill in the wine room, and I'll set up a UFC cage in the kitchen because there's space, and we'll have a good old square dance. Like you're doing all of this fucking talking about me in the studio, and fuck this, like you know my thing already. Of course I was out there chopping your missus's brethren and all of that. That's my thing. What are you coming out on the thing in the studio talking about that for? What's your problem, bro? Yeah. Like you're doing all of that and you're posting my address. Come to my yard. You know what it is, bro. He was on smoke, bro.
He went mad. He blacked. Bro, even the flow was very like, it was giving me, you know how everyone keeps saying Lil Baby's flow?
Yeah.
How Lil Baby ate Drake on that song. What was it? Wants and Needs.
Yeah.
Because he just went in this pocket and he kept going.
Yeah.
I feel like Drake started doing that with this thing. Like he was in the booth just going, yeah, let me let all of this out. Because what did he say? I don't play about my son or something like that. You can tell he's angry. He feels like Kanye and Pusha and Good Music, and when all that happened, it's like you were trying to take food off my table, but you were trying to end my career kind of thing, like type of thing. So yeah, I don't know, man.
I really agree with you in what you say about like him wishing that didn't happen. I do feel though, the silver lining of that was that we, in terms of bars, you get a level of venom with him. And I like that. I like the venom. I like Drake when he's doing that. I like Drake. I always say, this was one thing I used to say a lot, yeah. I used to say I don't love Drake when he's singing, yeah. And I think sometimes that could get taken out of context a bit, because when I say that, I don't mean when he's like singing, rapping and that, and those like, because I like them. But there was like a couple of songs from early days like where he's really, really singing, and I'm like the slow jam stuff, and it's like, it's not really for me. Although I can appreciate them, it's just not really for me.
You go to the real R&B man for them songs,
right? That was my argument in the first place, where I was saying like, I'm gonna go to the R&B dons for that type of stuff.
But then I did respect though.
One thing I did respect though was that I noticed that singing wise, vocally, he was getting better.
He was, he
was actually like either doing singing lessons or doing whatever, and he was actually sounding better. He was singing live so much better, and all of these things. So I can appreciate that. But see, for me, bro, is that someone coming in? Oh shit.
Okay, go on.
But see, how long? 2 minutes. Oh.
Part 2.
We might have to do that. Oh, that's mad.
Carry it on Monday, I guess.
Yeah, we might have to carry it on a Monday. We'll have to carry it on a Monday. But I can't even remember what I was going to say. Yeah, see, for me, when it comes to the barring aspect of it, like when he's just barring, I love Drake when he's just doing that, bro. I love it when he's venting. I love it when he's just got things to say and he's saying them. But then
what do you say to the people quickly before we wrap it up and stuff like that? Just say, but did he write it? Like, that hurts me. People are saying, did he write? What was the bar he said on this, Chuckie, about where he addressed the ghostwriting thing on this? He goes, you lot are letting me take the fall for this Casper the Ghost shit or something like that. Meanwhile, you're finding all the loopholes. Did you even say something like that? And basically what he was saying is, like, Kanye, you don't write your own raps. You have people coming in, I'm writing for all of this stuff. But I find it funny that I had to be the fool guy for the ghostwriting thing.
Right.
Meanwhile, no one says that about you. You say you found these loopholes because you're a producer or a genius or It's like, bro, he said Kanye's name on that song with Trippie Redd.
Yeah.
He said, "Ye ain't changing shit for me is set in stone," talking about his release date.
Yeah.
He said he's 44, burnt out or whatever. immediately as an MC, if you're one of the top rappers, you're supposed to go and get your pen. So as soon as someone says your name on a track, in hip hop, are you not supposed to run and get your pen?
Fact.
Kanye never runs and gets his pen, and no one says anything.
Nah, no, that's true.
They never say anything. It's like, oh well, Pusha T doesn't want it with Pusha T. Well, actually, Drake did go to beef with Pusha T and lost. Now he's going at Kanye, and you lot are trying to move the boat and go, well, why? No, but why hasn't he addressed Pusha T still? Well, they had their thing. Now he wants to get at Kanye. Kanye's a rapper. Can't he defend himself?
Right.
On top of that, he's a grown-ass man.
Yeah, Kanye's not.
I'm gonna stop putting Kanye in the hip hop conversation soon because we give him different rules.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I guess
He's a
but
pop
it
star.
does, but also it depends on the list that you're talking about. If you're talking about a pop star, then but Drake, anyway.
At least, but when it comes time to bar up, Drake will bar up.
Oh,
Kanye
yeah, of
won't.
course.
When it comes time to war, he's warred with Meek, he's warred with Tory Lanez, Chris Brown, Pusha T. The list is endless. He's even had subliminals with
Kanye
Jay
will
and
never
Kendrick.
do that. Kanye will never do that. He's just not like, I don't think Kanye
Then he's
is
not,
cut
bro.
for
That's
that.
what hip hop's built on, bro. When man say your name, you gotta grab your pen. That's rap. All the greats have done it. Tupac, Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas. Grab your pen.
We're coming,
Kanye ain't
bro.
gonna
We're
grab
coming,
his
we're
pen.
coming. We're coming, bro.
But yeah, that's it.
There was one.
Part
There's
two,
one.
pending.
The bar, because when we used to talk about Michael Jackson, yeah. There's a bar where he says, 2.2 for the Rafael Nadal. Don't act like you're happy now. Don't act like you wasn't praying for catastrophic collapses. The catalogue is immaculate. Still running the game. Don't ask me about practice. Ho, you go on vacation. Don't ask me about relaxing. Not sure if you noticed, but I'm actually Michael Jackson.
What song was that?
That's on You Only Live Twice.
I ain't got
Bro,
that
he's...
I ain't got there.
Do you know what we're going to do, yeah? This is what we're going to do, yeah?
I ain't got there yet.
This part of the conversation, me and Mitch are going to do this on Monday, yeah? Then I'm going to put this out visually if we can on Wednesday. And I'm going to record with Poet on Tuesday. That's what I'll do. So are you good for 8 o'clock on Monday, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? You sure? PM?
Yeah, that's fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Listen, thanks for listening, everyone, yeah? But we have to leave the studio because things have to go on. But, love.
Peace.